Good morning, students. Hope you all have gone through Act 1, Scene 1 minutely. And today we will start with Act 1, Scene 2. As I told before, Scene 2 is a vast scene, it's a long scene. Okay, so in this particular scene, many things will occur. Like in this particular scene, as I told, we will come to know about the backdrop of the story. Okay, we will come to know that Prospero and Miranda, how did they come here in this particular island, and there only Prospero uh, practiced, he learned his means here only he studied a lot and he mastered over some magical power. He is having his two spirits, and those characters will also be introduced in this particular scene. Along with that, some other major characters of the play will be introduced in this particular scene. So let us see what is there. Now I want each one of you to open your book to follow each and every line. So scene 2 takes place in an island and enters Prospero and Miranda. Miranda says, if by your, and one more thing, in this particular scene only we will come to know that the tremendous storm or the tempest that was caused, whether it was a natural calamity or it was caused by Prospero. Okay, obviously it will be created or caused by Prospero, and he was having definite motive behind it, which will be revealed or hinted at in this particular scene. So let us see. Miranda says to her father, if by your art means by your magical power, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this road, allay them. Allay them means calm it, make it come down. So Miranda says to her father that if your magical power, if by your own magical power, if you can create such storm, such devastating storm, then that means you need to make it stop now. You need to calm it down now. Okay. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch. Stinking pitch means pitch, you all know, yes, black tar. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the Wilkins cheek. Wilkins cheek means face of heaven. Now the sky seems to pour, seems to raining down some black tar from and to the sea everywhere. Yes, so it's such a condition. It seems. Dash is the fire out. Fire out means it's going to, means the way the weather seems to be very specific. The weather seems to destroy everything, right? It seems that the sky is going to raining down some black tar on the sea, and it's going to it's going to it's going to be like a fire. It's going to destroy everything. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. Yes, I have seen those people who are present in this particular ship. They are suffering a lot, and it feels like along with them I am also suffering. A brave vessel is referred to the ship. Okay, the ship on which those royal people were in. So a brave vessel means a fine ship. Okay, who had no doubt some noble creature in her dashed all to pieces. Yes, so Miranda can understand that there must be some royal people, royal personalities, and as the weather is created by her father, so she tells her father that maybe the fine ship on which some royal people were traveling or sailing, they might have dashed into pieces, because the weather is like that. The storm was so violent. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart, and those people were crying, they were shouting, and somehow I'm touched. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should. The good ship so have swallowed, and the frouting soul so within her. If I had the power to control it, I would have controlled over it. And it seems like the storm was so destroying, so devastating that it was about to eat up everything. It was about to destroy everything. Now Prospero says, be collected. Be collected means control yourself or calm down. Okay. No more amazement. Yes, means you need not to, means there is no scope of getting so much perplexed or bewilderment, right? Till your piteous heart, there is no harm done. You must know that though the storm was so violent, but no harm took place. Okay. So so here poor Prospero gives the hint, as he has created the storm, so he was having complete control over that, and it was in that manner only where no harm will take place, only they will get somehow frightened, right? Miranda says, oh the day, means what a worst day it was. Prospero says, no harm, I have done nothing but in care of thee my dear one, thee my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art. I have not done anything. Anything means I have not caused any harm to them. Whatever I have done, it's just because of you. Because you are my daughter, you are my dearest daughter, and you are ignorant. You do not know who you actually are. Not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero. And you don't even know who am I. Okay. The Prospero you you know now, I am beyond that. I am having another identity which is not known to you. The same way, the same time, you are also not that Miranda whom you know. You are more than that. Means you are having some, you are also having a different identity. Master, that then Prospero, who is that? That master of full poor sale. As you know that I am owner of this particular island. Poor sale means he indicates the island on which they both of them are living. So he says that you know me as the master of this particular island, but I am means I have another identity. It is not only the place it is not only the place. Okay, some other places are also there, and I am the duke of that particular place, or the master of that particular place, and he is going to reveal that. And thy no greater father, and that you know as your father, that humble one, but I am beyond that. I have a different identity. The same thing, he only, as it's a drama, so the same thing will be revealed in different manner, different way. Now Miranda says, more to know did never meddle with my thoughts. It never took place such situation where I would try to know some more. Means such situation never occur when I would have felt like there is something more to know, right? Now Prospero says, means her father never gave her any chance to think so, that there must be something beyond whatever they are doing on the island, okay, or whoever they are on the island. Now Prospero says, it's time I should inform thee, father. Now the time has come when you need to know everything. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So he was wearing the garment that now he wants her to help him to open it, and as that particular garment belongs to his magical power. So he wants to keep it aside and he wants to inform her everything. Miranda helps him to disrobe. Disrobe means to open that particular dress. Lie there, my heart. Lie there, my art. My art means his magical power, and he wants to discard it. So he addresses his magical power to discontinue. Wipe thou thine eyes, and to Miranda he says that you wipe off tears, have comfort. Okay, now B means you need not to worry. I have stopped my magical power. I have stopped the storm. Now you need not to worry. You just come down and be in a steady position, and he is going to disclose everything. The direful spectacle of the wreck, the direful means the piteous sight of the wreck means shipwreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, means the scene, whatever you have observed, witnessed, it has created certain sympathy within you. I have with such provision in mine art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair beat to any creature in the vessel which thou heardest cry. Now he told that you have heard some people to suffer, but I had my motive clear. So my magical power or my spirits, whomever I have given the responsibility, it was fully under my control, and it was given order in this way that there should not be any loss. Not a single hair will be not even a single hair will be lost or will be somehow affected due to this particular storm. So you need not to worry. And beat it to any creature in the vessel which thou hadst cry, which thou sawest sink. So you might have seen someone to sinking, or you might have heard someone shouting or crying, but it was completely under my control, so no harm took place. Sit down, for thou must now know further. Now you need to sit down to know further, to know the things more. They sit. Miranda says, you have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to bootless inquisition. Bootless means unsatisfied, and inquisition means obviously it's curiosity. So often such situation, often you try to tell me something, but and at that time only you stopped yourself and you told that it is not the right time, and my curiosity remained unanswered. Concluding, stay not yet. As I told, it's not the time, so always my curiosity remained unanswered. Prospero says, the hours now come, the very minute bids thee open thine ear. Now the time has come, and this very minute means this particular time asks you to open your ear, means I am going to tell you everything right now. Obey and be attentive. You must pay attention to listen to my whatever I will be saying. Canst thou remember a time before we came onto this cell? Can you remember the time before we came into this island? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out 3 years old. I think you cannot do so, because when we came here, you have not even completed your 3 years. Okay, you were not even of your age was not even complete 3 years. So Miranda says, certainly sir, I can, but it seems that I remember something. Miranda says. Now Prospero says, by what? By any other house or person? Means how is it possible? When a child is not even completed her 3 years, means either 2 or 2.5. So how is it possible to remember? So has anyone informed you, or by any means have you do you know anything by any other means or by any other person? Of anything the image tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance. Yes, there must be some link or some other person they have helped you to remember anything. Is there something like that? Miranda says, it's far off, it's so long ago, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. It's uh, it's quite shadowy that I recall. Okay, so means it's like a dream. It's not reality, but a very in a distinct manner I remember something. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me? Were I not surrounded with some 4 or 5 women? Means she might have some attendants, lady attendants, and she is talking about them. Now, Prospero says, thou hadst and more. Yes, you had, and not four or five. It was more in number, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? But how is it possible that you still remember this and this particular thing? What sayest thou else in the dark backward and abyss of time? Means in the dark depth of time, is there anything else that you remember? Or now Miranda says, now Prospero says, if thou rememberest outer thou comest here, how thou comest here thou mayst. Means if you can remember them, then I wonder how is it possible. Okay. Now, and if you know something more, that also you need to tell now, make it clear now. Miranda says, but that I do not. I do not have any clue. How did I know? And this much only I remember. She revealed these two things in this particular word. Prospero says, 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power. It has become 12 years that we are banished from our dukedom, that I was banished from my dukedom and we were banished from a place. That it was 12 years back when your father was the Duke of Milan and he was a prince of power. He was having the entire control over a particular kingdom. Miranda says, are you not my father? Now Miranda, since her childhood, she knows Prospero the way she witnesses her. Now all of a sudden she comes to know that her father was the former Duke of Milan. Now she began to think whether Prospero was his original father or not. Now Prospero says, thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said, thou wast my daughter, and thy father was Duke of Milan, and his only heir and princess no worse issued. Now Prospero says that yes, I am your father, and your mother was a virtuous lady, and I know I am your father. So your father was the Duke of Milan and you are the only child of the Duke. Miranda says, oh the heavens, what foul play had we that we came from hence? Or blessed was we did? Then how is it possible? What was it, a bliss or curse that we have come here? Means now she wants to mean that means here she says that was it foul play. Foul play means as they were forced to come to the island, as they were forced to leave all the comfort and everything, power, comfort, luxury, everything, and that is why she says foul. And she says, or blessed was it we did, and it was quite good that they have come to this particular island. So it seems like whether it was a bliss or some foul play. Okay, she cannot understand whether it as they had to leave their own place, whether it was good for them or bad for them, she couldn't understand. Prospero says, both, my girl, by foul play as thou sayest, where we hipped thence, but placed whole feather. Yes. Now, Prospero says it's both it's a blaze as well as it's a foul. Foul because we were, as I told, and blaze because we are still alive. Okay, we could manage to continue with our life. Now Miranda says, "Oh, my heart bleeds to think over the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you, Father." Now she says that I feel so much, my heart bleeds. I feel pain because maybe I have caused much trouble to you. So for that, I feel pain. Now I request you to continue further. Prospero says, "My brother and thy uncle called Antonio, I pray thee mark me that a brother should be so perfidious." Perfidious means treacherous. So your uncle and my brother, you mark the name Antonio, he was so treacherous. He whom next thyself of all the world I loved. Okay, so in this particular world, after you only whom I loved so much, and to him put the manage of my state, and whom I have given the control of my state, means whom I had trusted and trusted my state. As at that time, through all the signaries, it was the first, and my state was in a very good position. It was leading of all. And Prospero, the prime duke, means he was the first of all dukes. So he was better. He was far apart from all others, being so reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts. Liberal arts means it includes everything. Means it's scholarship. It includes all the almost all the subjects. So without a parallel, means that time the state was in such a position that no other state or other places can be compared to it. Along with that, the duke himself was also means better than any other kings. Okay, so both in dignity as well as in education, that is liberal art. Those being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother. So I was much busy with my own study because I was busy to build up myself, and I used to, means he was fond of reading, so he used to read over everything, as I told at the very beginning. So I gave the control. My brother was given the means power to continue with the state, to lead it in a proper way. And to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. And I kept on busy on my own world, and my brother, he also started to take control over the kingdom in his own way. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me? And your uncle, he was not a true gentleman, he was treacherous. So now he says, are you not listening to me? Miranda says, "Sir, most heedfully I am attentive, I am listening to you." Now what happens further, we will come to know, because now you need to read the study material and you need to do certain work. So this much for today. In our next class we will come to know the next part. So it's a quite long scene, and we need to have patience because many things are going to be revealed here. And one more thing I need to tell you, whenever you all are reading, whatever be the scene, you need to learn the scene point wise. Means there will be many more things as it's drama, but what are the main things, what are the key things, okay, key words or main points you need to know. These things you need to jot down, and they are going to help you whatever be the question type. So I hope you all have understood. If you do not understand, or if you find anything means something I need to elaborate more, please let me know by your sending your queries. So keep on studying and try to remain safe and fit. Thank you. Have a good day.